Welcome to the Off the Map Leslie DeRose inspired digital bike painting using Tayasui Sketches Pro. Leslie DeRose is a contemporary artist who creates art out of found maps. When you look at her work, what art elements do you see and what concepts does she explore? You can find more of her artwork by visiting her Etsy shop. In this project, we'll be making a digital bike color study. Using Tayasui Sketches Pro, we'll be working with layers to create a map layer and a drawing layer and a painting layer. You can pause this video at any time to follow along more closely. Here are some guiding questions for you to think about throughout this project. Let's open up Tayasui Sketches Pro on your iPad. Start by selecting a paper background and create a new blank sketch page. On this sketch page, we're going to be importing a photo of your bike. Your iPad camera roll should already have a photo of a bike or a drawing of the part of the bike that you'd like to use for this project. Use the three dots at the top to click the down arrow and select your photo. Scale your photo up and be sure to click that check mark at the bottom of the screen. You're going to add a new layer over and above the photo layer by clicking the three stacked icons on the upper right hand corner. That will reveal your layer tool. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to trace the contours of this bike photograph in that layer using just a quick sketch tool, like the pencil tool. Using a thin line, going kind of quickly with this, making sure I trace all of the contours that I see in this layer. Now what I want to do is hide my photo layer so I only see my sketch layer, and I'm going to add another layer under that. In the layer under my bike layer, I'm going to be adding a photograph of a map. So I'm going to add a new layer by hitting the plus sign, and I'm going to drag it underneath my sketch layer. Go to the three dots at the top, select photograph again, and scale my map up to meet the whole size of the project paper space. From here, inside the layers icon, I can select the gear icon and transform my bike sketch to be larger to fill up more space. Now we're going to add one more layer underneath the bike sketch. This is going to sandwich in between the bike sketch and the map layer. This is where you're going to pick one color for the background negative space painting. You're going to use tints and shades of this one color. So the color pickers in the bottom right hand corner, if you tap on the left and the right side, you can select two colors, and then in the middle, if you tap the center of that, you'll see a gradient icon. So you're going to pick a paintbrush to work with from the left hand side, and you're going to use the opacity slider on the right hand side, top little slider, to adjust how transparent you want your painting to be, how much of the map do you want to see through the digital painting. So what I'm doing here is working with my light blue. I'm keeping my tint and shade gradient open, and I'm selecting different blues to start to use in the negative space around the bike drawing. It's okay if you color inside of your bike drawing lines, because we're going to go back and erase this. So you notice I changed the color gradient to white on the left hand side also, so you can get some tints and shades of color. So when you're done, you're going to select the eraser tool, and you're just going to erase into the positive space of the bike to reveal the map texture a little bit more clearly. So I'm just pinching and zooming to work my way around the bike drawing and to erase and clean up the painting. So now we're going to make a layer above the bike drawing and the map layer, and this is where we're going to use a contrasting complementary color to boldly outline the bike drawing again. So I'm making that new layer, bringing it above my bike sketch. I'm picking a red-orange, something complementary to those blues, more in the orange family since we want to work with complements. And I used the marker tool, which I kind of like that it has a square chisel tip, and I am tracing over the black sketch. Again, this is on its own separate layer, so I will be able to remove the pencil sketch layer after this is done. So I'm just tracing again all of those contours, kind of stylizing the line a little bit and making sure that it looks bold. The last thing I need to do is hide my bike sketch layer to reveal my final painting. And then you can export this image to your photo roll by clicking the 3 dots and clicking the up arrow. That will send it to your photo roll.